Hello and welcome to another episode of Can I Make 20%? This is attempt number 2 because I accidentally dropped the camera. In today's episode, you can see from this, there's a gold sovereign in there. So I'm more than going to make 20%. In terms of what I paid, I'm in it for 209 and 12 pence. Now, for those naysayers and doubters and say, oh, you're just seeding gold for content, I'm actually going to put a link in the comments section of the actual lot, and you can see for yourself. So when I was looking at the lot, I could see this. It was in a box of coins, and I could see kind of the reflection. I went, I know what that is. I actually thought it was a half sovereign. So I bid it to, I can actually check this. Right. So the description: a box of assorted world coins and banknotes to include UK sets, £2 coins and some silver coins, etc. I paid 140 plus hammer. I'm trying to find what I bid. I think I bid 280. It won't show me. I did bid it up close to 300. I know that. But yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. This goes down as probably my best find ever in terms of added extras. I did once find a penny black, and I was over the moon finding a penny black. This certainly goes up there with it. In terms of the monetary value, you're probably looking at 750. So on a 210 outlay, I've more than made my money. But I'm going to go through the rest of it to see if I can make 20% on the rest of it. Over the moon. Fantastic. So I was literally shaking when I saw it. It's crazy. It wasn't about the money. It was just, I found one. So yeah, let's go through it. There will be silver in this, as you know from the description. So any silver will get put in the top corner. I'd already started on one coin. There's another silver coin there. I can't believe I dropped the camera. I was probably too excited. There's also another basket once I'm done with this lot on the table. I think that's a silver coin. Yep, take that. So it will be probably a longer video than planned. It might take 30-40 minutes to go through this. Happy days. I can't believe that the auctioneer hasn't put that on there. I genuinely can't believe that. They've either not done their job properly or they don't deal with coins. It's not an auctioneer I've dealt with before. But everyone knows what a sovereign is, surely. I'll take shillings. 30 of those make a euro. I think it needs to be around 270 to make 20%, not including the sovereign. God, I'm literally shaking. It's crazy. I know of a gentleman, his friend bought a lot and he found a gold Tunisian 20 franc. I genuinely never thought I'd buy a lot with gold in it. It just shows that if you keep putting yourself in the right places, you're going to have an opportunity to score, to use a football terminology. But looking at it, I think there's going to be loads of value here anyway. There's a couple of Isle of Man paperweights which are quite neat. They're probably worth about 15-20 quid. Loads of old 10p's here. Take those, I'll put them on the side. It's fine. There's my pot. So anything that is kind of not usable will go in one pot. So, and then I'll sort them out after the video, just to save on a bit of time. Genuinely in a state of disbelief. It's insane. It will be going in the bank vault though. I doubt I'll sell it. Although I've just received my tax bill today. I'm going to have some liquidity problems, but not many. it's a lot lower than I thought. Loads of these old 10p's. There's quite a lot of old pound coins as well from briefly looking at it. So there's £5 alone. And also my my parcel force driver gave me her number because she delivers to me quite often. She just said, oh, because of the way they've changed the system. Is that silver? It is. Because of the way they've changed the system, it no longer shows the time where it should be delivered. So it just gives you a massive time frame. She said, well, if you're ever stuck in a bind and you need to know so you can plan your day, just give me a text within reason, you know, and I'll let you know. So she's really cool though. She's been my delivery power coin. She's been my delivery driver for a very long time now. Take that, £0.50. I like that. Like, there's some genuinely nice people out in the world. It's not all doom and gloom. I know I talk about society kind of drifting. I was having a chat with my father about this last night actually. It's drifting into something that's a bit less kind, I think is the right word. Not trying to rag on anyone, it's just a fact of where we're at, unfortunately. Right, so anything that is, I'm going to chuck that in the pot behind me, which you won't see. I'll sort them out later. 5p. I also won a lot from auction yesterday. I paid, I think it's going to be about 130 all in. And I paid, sorry, and I think there's about £200 worth of value. We'll find out. I was bidding on 3 lots and there's the other rocking horse. So I actually, cool, that's a belter. Look at that. That's beautiful. I've lost my train of thought. So I paid, yeah, I think it's about 130 I paid. I think there's about £200 just worth of silver. Another silver coin there. Fantastic. Take that. 10p. Absolutely loads of 10p's. I don't mind them. I've been stacking them up. It's kind of like an alternate tax bill, isn't it? Savings for tax. I must have several hundred of the old 10p's. Another crown. Another crown. So much for doing the copper first, eh? I'm a bit scatty-brained after that find. It's so strange. Like, my mum said to me when I told her, she was like, it's rare you get excited about much. And I said, it's the hunt, isn't it? It's the thrill of the hunt. It's not the monetary gain. You know, when I'm trading, I tend to make money most days now. You know, and I'll get there eventually, but how often do you find something? Oh, 937. How often do you just find something out the blue like that? It's not often. Well, I've been doing this a long time. Not in this current format, but I've been trading a long time, and it's very rare that you find a diamond in the rough like that. Very, very rare. Although, massive question marks over the auction here, for sure. Ah, 63. Tons of copper. Tons of pound coins. Couple of crowns here. It's lost focus, hasn't it? There we go. That's kind of cool. Come on. It's not silver, but it's cool. £5. Right, let's put the crowns in the crown bag. I reckon I must have about 400 crowns now. I did list 50 for 50 quid, but I didn't have any takers. That's okay. £20p, take that. There's lots of 5p silver there. There we go. Old 10p. Sadly on this one I won't really know what the copper is because I've just chucked them in an unsorted copper pot. But I wouldn't be shocked if there's several kilos here spread across the UK stuff and the international stuff. In terms of the weight of the package, I wouldn't be shocked if it's probably half of the weight, but I won't have a definitive answer. When I pencil it in, I'll just do, say, 2.5, 3. I think that's probably a fair distribution. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee, one moment. Right. Let's move these out. Absolutely loads of the old 10p's. Oh, aluminium. Take that. I've got a pot of the aluminium coins. I'm just building them up. I find them, if I'm honest, I find them a bit fascinating as a coin. They tend to be around the war. I've got an old protein box, old tub. It's penny, copper. Right. Oh, old 5p's. Take them. Fair amount of shillings. Iron Man. So this stuff will go in the odd pot. Of 5p. I just feel really scatty-brained. It's insane. Does that mean I've exceeded my levels of dopamine for the day? Who knows? Oh, I think that's silver. Yep. 1926. Cool. I'm going to pop behind me. That's the Queen. 56. These are Queens. Old 5p. Go up here. New 5p. New 5p. That's Dutch. Right, that can go in the back pot. That can go on the side. not silver. $49. Okay, so none of this is going in. 62. Don't go to pot. Right, I think that's the lot for this small batch. Now for the one in the basket. And I can show you the other stuff as well. We're not doing too badly off this initial batch. Like, £7. This is worth more. Alright, let's go through the basket. When I said there was absolutely tons of it, I mean there was absolutely tons of it. Alright, copper. That can go to pot. 50p. 10p. Right, let's draw it out. That's silver, just by the look of it. 1923 crown, take that. Another 10p. Don't think I've come across so many of the old 10p's. Crown, don't go in the bag. This way, I'll get to say 1,000 crowns. I think that'd be an interesting 100 lira. 10p. The only thing I don't like about this is your fingers get really dirty. I find that a bit annoying. Oh. £2 coin. I think there's several more £2 coins in here. I'm pretty sure I saw 5 or 6 loose ones. So what I did when it came in, I was trying to put it all on the table and I was like, oh, there's too many coins. So this is the basket from a previous order, a couple of orders back. And I just thought, okay, I'll put what I can on the table and the rest in here. But I'm pretty sure there was more £2 coins. That's a 48. So I would say that's no good. That there's value in it, but not a lot. 65. Another 10p. 60. 5p, 1p. Another 10p. I think where I was scatterbrained, I kind of forgot to do the rules at the start of how I was going to value the silver. I think it's 122 a gram. I can quickly check. I've got my laptop on the side. Let's have a look. Oh, 123. Okay. So in terms of how many grams of silver, well, it's redundant now because of the gold coin, but I will work it out just for the sake of the viewership. I would love to make 20% on top. Is that me being greedy? I don't know. I think out of professional pride, I think I'd aim for that. Because it shows that I'm getting better at what I do. Alright, there's another pound. There's another pound. Maybe it's the pound coins I saw instead of the £2. Could be. 5 shilling, take that. Old 5p. Have one. Then go in there. I don't think that's silver by the looks of it. There are coins from that neck of the woods that are silver. So I always try and be careful. Brass foppence. Another 5p, another pound coin. You can swap these out at the machine at NatWest. You don't have to speak to a customer representative. I would say banker, but they're not really bankers these days, are they? Not to diminish their roles as cashiers. Silver. I find going to the bank a bit frustrating these days because I have to go to the next town over and it's an absolute dive, sadly. Sign of the times. It doesn't help. They've put it's a halfway house, sorry, for people who need help. That's nice. Unfortunately, a lot of these people, I don't say down and outers. I don't believe that once someone's gone through a bad period that they should be written off. But equally, they need a lot of help, and it doesn't help the community that they're right on the town or the end of the high street. So, but I think you'll see that up and down the country. It's not just where I live. It's a sign of the times. Another shilling. I'd love to find more silver just so I can have a shot at that 20%. But we shall see. I don't think there's any silver on the side. That's definitely silver. Some of these coins are beautiful. That's not silver. Sometimes I get the silver coins in and they're not tat. They're certainly not tat, but they're very well loved. And sometimes I get them in and they're just beautiful coins. Naturally, you gravitate towards the nicer looking things. That's just how it is. Swiss. It's not silver, but worth about 8 or 9 pence. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Fantastic. You grade that. Is that a proof? Like, is it? What a fantastic coin that is. Certainly could be DPL. I'm not too up to verse with that. Like, it could be, it couldn't be. You need to understand, as much as I do this for a living, I feel like every day is a learning day in regards to my job, because there's so many things I don't know. So, for example, I'll put lots of things on the channel. I don't know what this is. If someone wants to jump in and tell me, then I'm more than happy to do it. Like, the last few times, a couple of people have done it. Like, oh yeah, I checked on ChatGPT. Because believe it or not, you can take a picture of the coin and it will tell you what it is. It's an absolutely fantastic tool. I won't be going down the route of allowing it to think for me, though. It's just a side tool that can solve things that I can't. There's a lot of Arabic coins where I look at them and I just don't know what they are. I can't know everything. There's a lot of ancient coins the same, although I don't really buy that many ancients. It's not really my cup of tea. There's 2 ancient coins that I like, and that's about it. So I like obviously the Greek tetradrachm with the L, absolutely iconic, and I also like the Aegina Stata with the turtle on it. But apart from that, they don't really do anything for me, which is fine. We all gravitate towards our own personal interests. I think that's what makes the world a better place, really, that we are different. If everyone liked what I liked, I think the world would be quite boring. In fact, I don't really have many hobbies and interests. I'm very narrow in what I do like. I like the football. I like my coins. I like the pub. I like running. That's about it. Oh, well, I occasionally go to the odd art gallery and museum just to kind of feel what's left of the void. Is that a pound? It's it's a Channel Islands, Gibraltar, not Channel Islands. That's kind of cool. Would that go in a machine? Don't know. Am I going to try? Probably. That's silver. For those of you who watch my content, you're probably starting to see that you can notice what the silver is. It looks slightly different to the non-silver coins, especially the worn ones. Not always, but as a rule of thumb, it does. So if anyone wanted to do this, compete against me, which, you know, I have no problem with that. You know, you're more than welcome to have a go at it. I'll probably make it look easy, but it's not. And sometimes you need a bit of luck, like today. 47. Alright. Saying that, I think all my birthdays and Christmases came in at once with this batch. I doubt I'll find a gold find like this in my career. I might do. I do think there's serious question marks over the auction here, though. Threepence. Another pound coin. Another 10p. I must have about 4 or 5 quid worth of 10p's here. Another crown. I haven't even counted crowns, I just put them in a bag. Okay, alright, man. Another penny. It all adds up. Oh, there's a franc. Take that. 55. Take that, 10 shilling. Probably got about €2 now. Right, let's move those down. The good thing for me is there's still lots to show you. This is only part of the order. One of the reasons I was so excited about the order, okay, take aside the gold, I actually thought the numbers stacked up regardless. Now in terms of how I do it, if I can take a risk on something and break even, like this order, I'm taking that risk every time. Now I probably got lucky with the price of the lot. It wasn't as high as I thought. There's another £2. But overall, I was more than happy to pay. That's silver, but I'm not 100% sure what that is. Hong Kong. But if I can take a risk and break even, and then I have a big win, it's all about minimizing the losses and trying to expand the profits when they come. Today it's really worked out, but ideally I would love to make the 20% without that gold coin. Another crown. Another shilling. Another 10p. Another aluminium shilling. Don't see many of the Oosterreich. Alright, let's clear it out of copper. I think that's probably the sensible approach. Oh, penny. Sorry, new penny. Oh, there's more silver. Fantastic. I think this come out of a proof set. Must have done. because I'm pretty sure I've got the full set. I'll revisit it, you know, it's not a problem. I'll show you at the end. But I'm pretty sure the full set's there, so it must have come out of a set, which means there'd be a... Yeah, this was a set, because I pulled this out as well. Why someone's broken it up is beyond me. I don't make the rules. Not 5p. It's a euro. Oh, 10p, take that. 5p. Another 5p. Another 5p. Another 5p. And another. That go on the side. Alright. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. 10p. Go down here. Penny. For those of you that are still with me, fantastic. I do think there's more people than I gave credit for that actually like this type of content. It's been getting the lower views, but in terms of the watch time's actually very high compared to usual. And I'm more than happy to put it out if people want to watch it. I just didn't think there was a market for this type of content. And if anything, it's fast becoming the type of content that I enjoy making. It's just like chill out, sort through some coins. No, fantastic. 10p. $67. So we're almost through it. We're getting there. 66. 5p. Go down there. Another 5p. For some reason, I get a lot of Yugoslavian coins. I'm not sure why that is either. I don't know enough about the history of Yugoslavia to really comment on it. Wasn't that the Bosnian War? If I'm wrong, please correct me. My memory serves, I'm pretty sure there's a royal family and they gave birth to a princess in London, and the UK gifted that room, so it was officially Yugoslavian land. That way they could claim that she was born in Yugoslavia. Little quirk of history that. I'm pretty sure it was Yugoslavia. Nope, nothing there. I think we're out of the goodies now. Not 5p. Not 5p. And another, but a big one. $56. That can go in there. Just going to put this to one side now, make my life a bit easier. Oh, Canada, take that. It's only 5 cents, but not a problem. $5p. Big 10p. Another 5p. Right, I think that's the lot for this. I'm going to empty this into a pot. Right, where do we begin? Let's have a look at the silver coins. It's fine. As per usual, I put the pre-47 on one side. And the pre-20 on the other. 26. That's... yeah, I'll show you what I mean about the 1937 as well. Candidate for grading, maybe? Ah, maybe not. Maybe not. So this is a 35, which is glorious. In my head, I was like, ah, they're all 37. They're not. This is a stunning coin. Is it worth grading? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. This as well. Beautiful coins. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. I think these have come from a proof set. They look, the finish looks too good to be standard strike. I think I might get them graded just because they're the 37s. Absolutely beautiful coins. Stunning. You could tell I love my job. You know, I love getting things like this in. So 39. It's not always about the profit either. It's nice to hold bits of history. Like the profit's nice, but above and beyond paying the bills, you know, it's fine. Hang on, isn't... what? Okay, so there's two different ones. They've got different crowns on them. Okay. That completely threw me for a second there. 38. 28. These are both pre-20, sorry. 29. 26. I couldn't see it on the lens. 29. 29. So I'm going to keep these off. I think I'm going to grade these. If they're not worth grading, I'll just treat them as a learning exercise. I think that's the stage I'm at in my career where I've got enough to kind of do that. Oh, and I got this as well. I don't know what this is, so I'm going to keep it on the side. But these coins are fabulous. They're absolutely stunning. I think they're worthy of having a shot at grading. Now, what does that do in terms of value? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Right. Okay. So we've done that. Let's do the weighing up. So we've got 55, so that's 2750, 2792. 2792 of the 50%. Take that. I will weigh the good stuff, but it's certainly going to be worth more. But it give you a baseline for price. Which is also fine. Right, let's get the calculator out. Oh, spot's now 124. Looking at it. So we've got 18.58. 0.925. 18.58. So that equals times 0.925, 17 and 18, 17.18 grams. Let's weigh this. Yeah, I'm going to send these in for grading. So we've got 42, 47. So I'm going to make a note of that. 42, 47. Then we've got 17, 18. 27, 92. And spot is 1.24. $42.47 plus 17.18. There's still more to show you, by the way. Plus 27.92. We've got 87 and 57 grams. 87.57 times that by 1.24. So we've got 108 and 58 just on those. So there's my rough calcs. I think we've got... I'm going to put in £20 for copper. I think that's a fair, if not conservative, amount. Copper. All right, let's go through the other stuff. Oh, and £2 coin, so 6, 11, 15, £16 cash. I'm not including the old 10p's. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a fiver there. You know what? Let's include it. Let's, for just a balance of fairness. So there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 730. Let's call it 750 with the 5p's. 50 old 10p's slash 5p's. Right, now we can get into the other lots. So there was 2 paperweights. I don't think they're fantastic, but they're not bad. Let's move these down. I think they're worth about 20 quid for the pair. Let's be conservative and call it 15, but I think they're worth about 20 quid. I try and be conservative in my numbers because then it's a bonus. These are nice. I quite like these. They're not the best paperweights I've seen, but they're okay, you know. Right, there was a empty tin that's got a value of nothing. There's some banknotes. That's worth 3 quid because it's mint. This I'm going to assign a value of 10. This I'm putting in at 0. I don't know. 10 zlotys from 1940. There might be a Polish client who wants that, but it is Poland before I offend anyone. Yeah, it is Poland. So let's call that 15. 20. These are just pounds. 22. This I'd probably ask a 5 on it because it's pretty beat up. 27 in notes. Paperweights. Notes. I was actually interested in these banknotes when I saw it. That's what caught my eye before the gold did and before the silver. Right, and last but not least, right, let's free up some space. I've got 4 of these. I've actually got 5. This comes out of this, so okay, there's an odd penny in there. These are worth about 10 each, but I'm going to discount them down to 8 each, so 1632 times BU. There's some crowns. These are not really worth anything. I've got, this is worth £5. These are worth £1 each, these old sets. This Isle of Man one might be worth a tad more, but I'm not going to pencil it in for more. That's beautiful. I haven't had this one before, but that's a beautiful set. Let's call that 8 quid. This, I don't really think's worth anything. So plus 8. And I've got 2 coin sets. Typically I've been selling these cheap to a young lad. Let's call it 15 for the pair. I don't think that's too far out. I think that's conservative enough for me as well. So let's work this out. Remember, we need 270 for 20%. So we've got 20 plus 36. Sorry, plus 16. Plus 750. Plus 15. Plus 27 for the notes. Plus 55 for the rest of the coins. The silver comes in at 108 and 58 at spot. So it comes in at 249. However, these are worth way more than spot. Way more. And I've been conservative on the numbers as well. If anything, I think I'll make the 20%. And this is a freebie. What a time to be alive. Alright, for those of you who've stayed 50 minutes in, I do thank you. It's been an absolutely wonderful haul for me. I feel like I've got the dopamine hit that I've needed. Crazy. Anyway, take care guys. Bye.